Hey guys, this is Comic Uno, and today I'm doing the top 10 Kickstarters of the month. Before I jump into this, we do have a Kickstarter going on for my own comic book, Slice of Life. It's about an anime character that comes to life and falls in love with a high school cheerleader, so be sure to check that out. Now, also I do have a couple of friends who have Kickstarters going on. I don't want to be biased, so let's run down those. We have MERAKI issue 7, which is a queer Odyssey adventure book, and Paper Cats, who's been a longtime collaborator of mine, is doing the interior art for this one. So, it's gay. There's some great people behind it, so definitely go check it out. Moving on to Witch Creek Road, which both Garth and Keenan, the writer and artist I've worked with in the past. Garth actually letters Slice of Life for the webtoon, and Keenan, I've done some stories with him as well. And this is just a great horror book. So if you love great art, if you love kind of monster, monster horror, go check out Witch Creek Road. It even kind of has like a slasher vibe to it as well. It's a really fun series. Now moving into the top 10. Number 10 for me is The Other Badguys Volume 1. And the reason I picked this, I love web comics that turn into comics or collections through Kickstarter. I just love the idea of bridging those two audiences together. And with this one, it's a genre you don't get to see in webtoons as much, but you definitely see in traditional comics more, which is the heist or the superhero aspect. This definitely leaning more towards heist, thief, action style book. So I just thought it was a cool topic that is not explored in this medium as much, or at least a webtoon medium. Moving on to number 9, which is Don't Avert Your Eyes. And this is actually a Black Mask book, and this is an erotic, occult style book, definitely a little bit more gritty. And, I just love when publishers utilize Kickstarter. I think it's a great opportunity to bleed even more backers into Kickstarter and for more people to find the platform. So it's cool to see a company like Black Mask using it. Moving on to number 8, which is In Hell. And the style of this book is so fun. And also there's just a lot of different stereotype type characters, the cheerleader or the jock. And there's a ton of characters in this with really unique art style here. Very anime style, I would say. So it really caught my eye. Moving on to number 7, which is JEMBER, and this is an African book actually made by African creators. It's a superhero book, and just love the lens overall. The artwork looked like a lot of fun as well, so recommending that one for number 7. Moving on to number 6, a book I feel like I have recommended on this list before, and that's Beastlands. This is one of the big Kickstarter hits. First of all, the art is out of this world, and I was gonna say it looks just like your Marvels or your DCs, and it's just such prestigious art. And actually, we have this artist who's working with the direct market now. So this book is in the direct market, and now going back to Kickstarter to do a hardcover. So I just love, again, that bridge of how can you get into the direct market while also doing Kickstarter. And the art's great. Go check this one out. Number 5 is another mainstay on this list. I've definitely talked about this one before, and that is Killtopia, issue 1 through 5. This is actually the final chapter of this miniseries, and if you like, I don't know if it's really in the steampunk lens, but let's go with steampunk, futuristic sci-fi stories with really, really unique art. That's definitely the theme of this list. Go check out Killtopia. Moving on to number 4, also talking about the direct market, but Loving Capes Home for the Holidays. I actually read this a couple of years ago through the direct market, and, when I saw that it was on Kickstarter too, I'm like, oh, that's really cool that they're diving into this market, and then also releasing the book at the time of the holidays. So having this slice of life superhero book be on Kickstarter, I think is a great move, because, again, it is slice of life, and it is kind of cartoony, and I think it works for the audience that's on Kickstarter. Moving on to number 3, which is Winnie the Pooh, Demon Hunter, Volume 1. Winnie the Pooh is public domain, so I was like, okay, interesting. This is a different side of Winnie that we haven't seen, and the art looked really, really fun and just a cool concept that I could get behind. So action Winnie the Pooh, the design looked interesting for him as well. So that's number 3 for me. Moving on to number 2, which is Neon Cyber Uprising. And the thumbnail looked really good for this one. Really like shiny art style that reminds me a lot of Power Rangers. So I was like, okay, already a win for that. I believe this is also a black lead, which is cool. So it feels a little bit, yes, like Power Rangers, but also lean towards Radiant Black, because Radiant Black is a lot like Power Rangers. And just like the different types of covers on this one, there's just a lot of great art on this page. So go check that one out. That is number 2. Number 1 is X365, a graphic novel. So this is actually a really, really cool concept where this artist, I believe it was during COVID, said, all right, I'm going to try drawing a panel every day, even if they're not kind of connected. And made a story out of that. So forcing himself, not forcing, but, having the goal of doing that panel a day, being able to make a product out of it from a hard time like COVID, a creatively hard time as well, and making this product I just thought was very inspiring and just a really interesting bend, a very interesting twist on the graphic novel. And yeah, I love the creative process, so that is why it's number 1. Let me know in the comments below, what are some Kickstarters you are backing right now? What are some Kickstarters you have on your radar right now? And hopefully you guys enjoyed. This is Comic Uno, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.